In a small Georgia town, where dreams battle the weight of poverty, one laundry woman's infectious laughter might just be the spark to heal a man lost in grief. Can Samantha Carter, with her relentless optimism, pull Will Whitmore from the shadows of his tragic past and secure a home for her struggling family? Watch till the end to see if hope can truly conquer all. And don't forget to subscribe for more heartwarming stories. Samantha Carter, 28, scrubbed clothes for a living in a quiet suburban town in Georgia, her hands rough and calloused from years of washing, yet her spirit burned with unshakable optimism. Life had dealt her a tough hand. Her parents died when she was young, leaving her to raise her siblings, Sally and Shaw, in a cramped, rented unit that groaned with every step. The trio clung to each other, their bond forged in shared struggles, scraping by on Samantha's laundry earnings and Sally's occasional portrait sales. Samantha's meticulous work made her a favorite among clients, especially Mrs. Teresa Whitmore, a wealthy widow who tipped generously. One humid morning, as Samantha handed over a freshly ironed silk scarf, Teresa slipped her a thick wad of bills. "Consider it a tip, dear," Teresa said, her eyes warm. "Your hands are golden." That grease stain on my scarf vanished like magic. Samantha beamed, pocketing the money. "Thank you, ma'am. Call me any time for more laundry. I'm your girl." As she walked home under the Georgia sun, her heart lifted. "This'll buy rice and clear our debt at Miss Penny's store," she whispered, glancing at her pretty hands. They weren't soft or delicate, but they were her strength, carrying her family through endless hardships. At Penny's general store, the elderly shopkeeper, with her curly gray hair and a mole the size of a pea on her nose, smirked as Samantha paid off her dues. "Well, look who finally showed up," Penny teased, adjusting her hoop earrings. Samantha scratched her head, grinning sheepishly. "Sorry, Miss Penny. When I get rich, you'll be the first I help. Scout's honor." Penny scoffed. "Rich doing laundry? That job won't get you anywhere, honey." Samantha's eyes sparked with defiance. "No one knows the future, ma'am. Maybe I'll own a mansion and drive a fancy car one day. Life's full of surprises, you'll see." Penny snorted, rolling her eyes, but handed over 2 cans of meat on another loan. "You and your drama. Go on, get out." Samantha clutched the cans and headed to her sister Lana's house, where she found Sally painting a portrait by the door, her canvas splashed with vibrant colors. "Who's that?" Samantha asked, peeking over. "Miss Penny," Sally replied, proud. "Her mole's too small. Make it marble-sized," Samantha teased, and they burst into laughter. "Where's Shaw?" she asked, her tone shifting. Sally's face fell. "In his room, sick with a fever. That boy overworked himself hauling crates at the market." Samantha rushed to Shaw's side, touching his burning forehead. "You're going to the hospital," she insisted, her voice firm. Shaw protested, his voice weak. "Hospitals are expensive, Sam. I'll be fine." But Samantha shook her head. "You're saving for college, not killing yourself with extra jobs. Rest up. I'll get medicine." Shaw smiled faintly, his eyes grateful. "When I get rich, I'll take care of you and Sally, I swear." Samantha ruffled his hair, teasing. "You're only sweet when you're sick, kiddo." She grabbed a cold towel and headed out to buy medicine, her heart heavy but determined. The next morning, as Samantha watered the wilting plants outside their home, Teresa's sleek luxury car pulled up, glinting in the sunlight. "Mrs. Whitmore, you came all the way here?" Samantha asked, wiping her hands on her apron, surprised. Teresa chuckled, stepping out in an elegant sundress. "Not for laundry today, dear. I have a friend who needs someone trustworthy. Her last maid stole a necklace, and she fired her. I told her about you, how honest and talented you are." "She'll pay double," Weekends only, starting today. Samantha's eyes widened, her mind racing with possibilities. I'll take it. Where does she live? Teresa gestured to her car. Hop in, I'll take you. Samantha rushed inside to change, then climbed into the plush, air-conditioned vehicle, shivering in the cool leather seats. One day, I'll have a car like this, she muttered, half to herself. But first, a house. Can't park a car without a home. Teresa smiled as they drove, the town's modest houses giving way to sprawling estates. They arrived at a grand mansion, its gates towering and its gardens blooming with roses. Samantha's jaw dropped. This place is huge, she whispered. Teresa introduced her to Mrs. Teresa Whitmore, her dear friend, whose porcelain skin and poised demeanor screamed wealth. I'm Samantha Carter, 28, single but not ready to mingle, Samantha said with a bright wave, her voice bubbling with energy. My motto? Life's hard, but it's worth living. Fight on. Teresa laughed, charmed by her enthusiasm, and invited her inside. The mansion was a vision, velvet sofas, glittering chandeliers, and paintings lining the walls. Is this a house or a museum? Samantha blurted, then caught herself. I mean, I'm used to fancy houses. My sister Sally paints, so I see art all the time. Teresa raised an eyebrow, intrigued. She paints? I might commission her for a portrait. Over a tray of juice and pastries, Samantha bit into the softest bread she'd ever tasted. This is nothing like the rock-hard buns back home. One bite, and your teeth are gone, she said, making Teresa laugh. I baked those myself, Teresa said proudly. Samantha gasped. You're a wizard, ma'am. Teresa explained she lived alone with her son, Will, her husband having passed years ago. She called for a maid, Indy, who appeared with sharp brows, bright red lipstick, and a curt attitude. Show Samantha the laundry area, Teresa instructed. Indy led her to a room piled high with dirty clothes. Washing machines are there, but you can hand wash if you prefer, Indy said, gesturing to the mountain of laundry. That's a lot, Samantha muttered, eyes wide. Indy smirked. Complaining already? Let us know now so we can replace you. Samantha shook her head, giving a playful salute. Bring it on, I got this. As she scrubbed, humming a tune, Indy tossed her more clothes, her own. Wash these, she demanded. Samantha stood, hands on hips. I'm here for the Whitmore's laundry, not yours. Wash your own clothes, and maybe your attitude too. Add some detergent for the stink. Indy retreated, stunned, and Samantha resumed washing, proud of her clapback. Smile, self, she whispered. It's a Launderlove day. Later, Teresa returned with a serious question, her tone soft but weighty. What's your dream, Samantha? Caught off guard, Samantha paused, soap suds dripping from her hands. Two things. Make my siblings happy every day and own a house someday, so we're not stuck renting forever. Teresa's eyes softened, a glimmer of hope in them. What if I could grant that wish? I need a favor, Samantha. My son, Will, was in a terrible car accident 5 years ago. He lost his fiancée, Leah, and his ability to walk. He's been paralyzed, emotionally and physically, locked in his room, drowning in guilt. Your joy is contagious, Samantha. Can you make him smile again? Help him see his life isn't over? If you do, I'll give you a house, a lot, and startup capital for a business. It'll change your family's life. Samantha swallowed hard, her heart racing. The offer was a lifeline, but cheering up a man who refused happiness? I'll do it, she said firmly, thinking of Sally and Shaw. For my family, I'll try. Teresa smiled, her voice gentle but cautionary. Will's difficult now. The tragedy changed him. He's not the kind boy he was. Be patient. Samantha nodded, her stomach knotting with nerves, but her resolve unshaken. Teresa led her upstairs to Will's room, knocking softly. "Not now, Mom," a furious voice bellowed from inside. Samantha flinched, but Teresa unlocked the door with a duplicate key. Inside, Will sat in a wheelchair, his skin pale, his eyes blank, staring out a darkened window. "Who's this?" he snapped as they entered, his voice sharp as a blade. Samantha stepped forward, offering a handshake and a playful grin. "Someone give him a jacket. 5,000 points for grumpiness." Will glared, unamused. "I'm Samantha Carter, here to help," she said gently. "Get out," he barked, wheeling himself away. Teresa intervened, her tone firm. "Samantha's staying to care for you, Will, maybe even be a friend." Will scoffed. "I don't need friends. I want to be alone." Samantha noticed the heavy curtains blocking the light and yanked them open. "Sunlight's got vitamins, sir. Free of charge." Will snapped. "Close it." "I don't care about sunlight," she teased. "Grumpiness ages you. Wrinkles ahead, sir," he muttered. "Looks mean nothing to me anymore." Their bickering sparked instantly, Will's anger clashing with Samantha's relentless cheer. When he struggled to get into bed, she helped, dodging his sharp words. "You talk more than a storm," he grumbled after she teased about a booger on her cheek, her face flaming with embarrassment as she ran to a mirror to check. The next day, Indy showed Samantha how to care for Will, moving him between bed and wheelchair, bathing him daily. "Bathe him?" Samantha's cheeks burned. "Like soap and shampoo?" Indy smirked. "Don't act squeamish. You're lucky to touch him." Samantha gulped but agreed, her nerves jangling. Bathing Will was awkward. Her hands trembled as she lathered his hair, avoiding his private areas. "You handle Junior," she said, turning away, her face hot. Will groaned but complied, muttering, "This is ridiculous." Afterward, she dried his hair, singing a pop song by Sarah Geronimo. "Nice voice," Will said grudgingly. "Smooth on the ears, annoying to the brain." Samantha laughed, aiming the hairdryer at his face in playful retaliation. "Careful, sir, or I'll blow you away." Days passed, filled with clashes. Will threw a tray of food in anger, the soup splattering across the floor. Samantha cleaned it, saying, "Some folks don't have food to toss, rich boy. You're throwing blessings away." But her humor began to chip away at his walls. One morning, her stomach betrayed her with a loud fart. Will burst into laughter, slapping the bed. "Your fart's like a train," he roared, tears streaming down his face. Samantha grinned, seeing a crack in his defenses. "First laugh in years, sir? I'm keeping score." Determined to keep him laughing, she ate sweet potatoes, hoping for more entertaining farts. The next day, her fart was so potent Will gagged, opening the windows. "You trying to kill me?" he teased, but his smiles grew frequent. "You're disgusting, Samantha," he said, chuckling. "And you're handsome when you laugh, sir," she shot back, winking. During a spin-the-bottle game, she dared him to share about Leia. His voice cracked as he recounted their love and the accident that took her life. "I was driving. We fought. She wanted to work abroad. I said no. She tried to get out. I kept driving. The truck hit us. If I'd listened, she'd be alive." Samantha hugged him as he cried, their bond deepening. "Thank you for listening," he whispered, his voice raw. "I've kept it bottled up for so long." They grew closer, sharing stories of favorite colors. Samantha loved yellow, Will liked blue, and foods, with Samantha confessing her love for cupcakes, a rare treat. Her corny jokes like, "What's a mini tsunami?" and "Tonto." Mabel laughed so hard he nearly fell out of his wheelchair. "Where do you get these awful jokes?" he gasped. "From my heart, sir, just for you," she replied, grinning. One Sunday, Samantha invited him to the park, her voice tentative. "Want to come, sir? Fresh air might do you good." To her shock, he agreed. "I used to jog there," he said softly, his eyes distant. At the park, Samantha pushed his wheelchair, pointing out new houses and trees. "So much has changed, sir. See what you've been missing?" But stares from passers-by darkened his mood. "They're laughing at me," he muttered, looking down. Samantha spun, her voice fierce. "Hey, you want to lose your eyes? Never seen a handsome guy in a wheelchair?" The crowd scattered, and Will chuckled. "You scared them," he said, a smile breaking through. They bought couple bracelets from a vendor, Will teasing. "Wear it, or I'll kiss you." Samantha slipped it on, blushing, as a blue butterfly landed on Will's shoulder. "Maybe it's Leia," she whispered, "telling you she's at peace." Will's eyes glistened. "If it's her, I hope she knows I'm trying to move on." He held her hand, his voice soft. "Samantha, I love you." Her heart raced, but before she could respond, Indy appeared, arms crossed. "Mrs. Teresa's looking for you," she said sharply. "You're exposing Sir Will to germs." Back at the mansion, Teresa confronted Samantha, her tone stern. "You're a helper, not his girlfriend. Remember your place, Samantha. You were hired to make him happy, not to fall in love." Samantha's heart sank, a lump forming in her throat. "I didn't mean for this, ma'am," she said quietly. "But it happened. I'm sorry." That night, she walked home slowly, clutching the bracelet, tears streaming down her face. Sally met her at the door. "You're crying, Eight. What happened?" Samantha curled up under her thin blanket, sobbing. "I love him, Sally, but I can't have him. His mom's right. I'm just a laundry woman." Sally hugged her. "You made him smile again. That's worth more than money." Days later, Samantha handed in her resignation. "You're quitting?" Teresa asked, surprised. "Yes, ma'am. Thank you for everything, but I need peace." Teresa nodded, her eyes soft. "You did what I asked," Will smiling again. "I'll pay you for your time." Samantha shook her head. "I just want to move on." Weeks passed, and Samantha returned to laundry work, avoiding the Whitmore estate. She lay awake at night, clutching the bracelet, fighting tears. Meanwhile, Will grew frustrated, confronting his mother. "You made her leave, didn't you? She wasn't just a helper. She brought me back to life." Teresa sighed, realizing her mistake. She visited Samantha at her home, sitting in the modest living room. "Thank you for bringing my son back," she said. "I was wrong to push you away. Please come back." Samantha hesitated, her pride warring with her heart. "I can't be seen as not good enough, ma'am." Teresa nodded. "You're more than good enough. Just visit him one last time." Samantha agreed, her heart pounding as she returned to the mansion. She knocked on Will's door, her hands trembling. "Come in," came his tired voice. She opened the door, and his eyes widened. "Samantha?" "Where have you been?" She smiled weakly. "Around. I've been miserable." He wheeled closer. "I love you, Samantha. Stay, not as a helper, but as the love of my life." She looked at Teresa, who nodded, her blessing given. "I love you too, Will," Samantha said, tears falling. In the sunlit room, they kissed, soft and sweet, the darkness finally lifting. Samantha's laughter had saved Will, secured a future for her family, and found her a love she never dared dream of. Subscribe for more stories of hope and heart. She'd say if this were a video, winking at the audience.